So you want to go to a convention.
Yeah, right? Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Guy. I'm here again with Matt. And
Hi.
we have a topic for you that I would say Matt is somewhat more of an expert on than I am. And what we're talking about is how to get, I don't know, the most out of your experience going to a comic book convention. Now, I haven't been to a convention since like 2005 or 6. I live in Florida, and I have gone to MegaCon a few times and a couple of smaller local kind of shows. They're not even conventions. Matt, though, you go to what? Like 4, 5, 6 a year, something like that?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5 a year. Some smaller ones, and then you of course MegaCon every year. I go there every year. That's the biggest one I go to a year.
And if you were going to give me or anybody like me that either hasn't gone much at all or hasn't gone in a while advice on how to do the convention and, you know, get the most bang for your buck, or maybe go in like the most style, the best way possible. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to approach it,
Yes,
right?
there are different ways to go to conventions, for sure. You can go on the cheap, which, you know what, if you haven't been to a lot of conventions before and you want to start going to conventions, I would highly recommend going to some smaller conventions first, like your 1 or 2 day shows.
Yeah.
Those are easier to get to. They're cheaper to get into. The price to get in the door is usually pretty cheap.
$20, something like that.
$10, for a 1 day show. And do your research too. Find out, okay, is anything or anyone going to be there that I'm interested in going to see? And sometimes these 1 or 2 day shows are going to have, a couple of decent people there, some good comic writers or artists and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? The smaller shows can sometimes be a lot more fun. They're much more laid back.
Yeah.
You're not fighting with big crowds, and you get a lot more one-on-one time with like the writer artist that you're there to see. Like I was at a 1 day show and Bob Layton was there, and I was talking to that guy for like an hour.
Nice.
Real nice guy. He'll just chat you up for sure. He did some artwork for me, and I was able to, and he had a portfolio with a bunch of pre-done artwork that he'd already done.
Yeah.
And I bought some stuff for, really rock bottom prices.
Now, I guess the first question you kind of have to ask yourself, maybe not the first, but a question is, what are you going for? Are you going to meet creators and artists? Are you going to shop? Are you going to cosplay? And let's actually touch on the cosplay thing real quick. What's your take?
The cosplayers you see at conventions, and I've also worked at a convention. I've worked at a convention before.
Sure.
They pour all their time and money into their outfits, and hey, that's fine. If you love cosplaying, great, good for you. But stop walking down the aisle and stopping in the center to take your photos constantly.
I have a feeling this is going to come off as old man shouts at cloud, and I don't know if Matt's the old man or if I'm the old man, but we're both shouting out clouds here. But yeah, like, I don't cosplay. I don't really want to look at other people's cosplays, but I 100% like appreciate that, like, you're talented and you have this thing that you're good at, making these costumes and everything. That's cool. Mm-hmm. It just seems like the comic book convention got co-opted by the cosplay community. Yes. Then it got co-opted by the gaming community. Then it got co-opted by like the junk flea market community. And then now there's no comic books at these conventions.
Oh, and the celebrity conventions,
right?
A lot of the photo op and autograph celebrity stuff is really the big draw at MegaCon now.
Right. Yeah,
that's really the big priority for them, is the celebrity photo ops and autographs.
But anyway, I think that was a tangent where, what led into that was, what is your goal for what you want to get out of the convention? If you're just a comic book collector like me, for example, my goal is to find comics. Now, I haven't been to a convention in forever, but as I understand it, and we've talked about in the past, prices can be all over the place.
Yes.
When you go to a convention. So, like, you got to kind of know what you're looking for before you go, right?
If there are many different reasons to go to a convention, but let's just say you're going there, you're a hardcore comic collector and you want to find some good, cool comics. That's what you're there for.
Right.
Most of the time, you are not going to get any bargains at a comic convention.
Yeah, that's my fear is like, oh, I'm going to spend all this time and money driving for hours, spending the money on the tickets to get in the door, and then it's like going to Vegas and rolling a two over and over again at the craps table.
The majority of your vendors at conventions, like the bigger conventions, their prices are generally pretty high. You'll find. But that's not to say that you can't find bargains, because you absolutely can. I've gone and found bargains several times at conventions. Sometimes the vendors there, you can tell right away when you see a vendor if they're there to make money.
Okay, yeah.
Because they will have their stuff reasonably priced, and they're even to work with you on, say, bundles and things like that. And they will usually let you know that right away. They'll say, hey, you know what? I have, if you buy, this many books, I'm giving discounts on bulk buys. This set of books, these are all $10 in here. These are all $10, and they will be very organized usually. And you can definitely find some bargains. You can tell right away when someone's there to sell. They want their inventory gone.
Now, what about when you go past the table that's just a wall of books and there's exorbitant prices on them? Do you go and you haggle? Do you just walk on by? What's the tip
there is some haggling that can be done, but only on the higher price stuff. That's what I've found. They are willing to be a little more flexible. Say if you're willing to drop $2,000 on something, they'll maybe bring it down a little bit for you. But on your books that they have priced at $40-$50, no, they're not going to cut you a deal on those usually, unless you're buying a lot of them.
Unless you're buying $2,000 worth of those books, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
sure.
You can find some bargains for sure, but you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to do some digging.
Yeah.
And usually that what happens is they will have had a book in their inventory for a few years, and they haven't adjusted their prices for current market. You'll see a book they've had in their collection for probably 5 years, and they don't realize, hey, this book has actually gone up in value, and they haven't adjusted their price.
Which kind of goes back to the thing, which we kind of alluded to early on, is like, know what you're looking for and know what you're going to pay. Because like the prices aren't going to be reflective of fair market value in every case.
You should absolutely go in knowing what you're trying to find. Like, you should have a list of what you're trying to find, and each title you have listed, you should also have a budget that you have to stick to. Because you can quickly blow all your money at one vendor.
Yeah, first table, I'm broke.
And there you go. Yeah, you're done because you spent all your money and you went above your budget. So you have a budget for sure, and have a hard line, a hard dollar amount that you're not willing to go above. Definitely. If you want your money to go, a little bit further and get more out of your con trip.
Well, as far as the trip goes, though, so like let's talk about the bigger conventions, because the single day ones, that's easy. You're going to show up on a Sunday. If it's just on Sunday, you're going to walk around for a few hours. You're going to go home. The end. But what about something like Dragon Con in Atlanta, MegaCon in Orlando, or God forbid, San Diego Comic-Con? I don't think a normal person can even get into San Diego Comic-Con anymore. But like,
no, I looked into the what it would cost me to go there and stay, and I just was not willing to throw down that much money just to say I went to San Diego.
Yeah,
and it's so crowded there, you're probably not even going to get much of anything out of it.
But for these bigger multi-day events, I mean, is it like, just go on the Saturday or the Sunday, or get the whole 4-day ticket? I mean,
like MegaCon's a big show, so it's 4 days. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Now you can go on the cheap if you're not looking to get, like, if you just want to go just to say you went.
Yeah, you can show up on Saturday.
I've gone to MegaCon on the cheap before. Get a hotel that's a little ways away from the convention center. Mm-hmm. It's Orlando. You can find a cheap hotel.
Yeah, they're
easily.
There's nothing but hotels in Orlando.
And you can just take an Uber or Lyft or whatever right up to the entrance. They have like a little area, a pickup area and drop-off area. You can go right up near the entrance.
That was a good tip you told me when we were talking about this last weekend, because like one of my hangups is like, I got a bad back. I can't be on my feet for 8, 9, 10 hours, right? The last time I went to MegaCon, we stayed at a hotel maybe a mile away, and we're like, let's just walk. The parking lot's crowded. We don't want to have to find a place to park, so we just walked a mile. Then we walked around the convention all day, walked a mile back at the end of the day. I couldn't do that anymore, and you were like, "Oh, we'll just get an Uber." I mean, again, old guy shouting at clouds. Like, I've never used an Uber in my life. It didn't even occur to me.
They have a little drop-off area. It takes you right up near the entrance. You can walk right up the stairs. And of course, if you have to be there when the doors open, you're going to be waiting for a while. You need to get there hours early. And lines start forming. But if you give it like an hour after the doors open, you're going to just walk right in. Piece of cake.
The only reason that I could think of, and maybe there's something else I'm not thinking of, to be there like at rope drop, as they would say for Disney World, right? Like as the doors are opening, as if there's some sort of exclusive thing that like gets sold out like really, really quickly, which I know is a common thing at San Diego Comic-Con, but at the like the Mega Cons and the Dragon Cons of the world, do they even do that? Do they do like exclusive like
sure,
merch or toys?
Most of that stuff you can get ahead of time. You can buy online ahead of time to any like tickets to special events and things like that. And they do have merch that runs out pretty quick sometimes. Mostly like the comics, the exclusive comics they have for MegaCon. And they have like prints and, shirts and lanyards and, pins and pop toys and stuff like that are exclusive to MegaCon.
Yeah.
But they do run out of those for sure. If you are interested in that stuff and you have to have, the MegaCon exclusive pop toy, you're going to need to get there a few hours early. I generally have zero interest in that kind of stuff. I think pop toys are garbage.
Yeah. But otherwise, so if you just hold off and you let all of the rope dropping maniacs get in, like you could just waltz in after.
Yeah, you can just breeze right in the door. Not a problem. Except Saturday.
Saturday's pretty bad, right?
Saturday is an absolute mess, and I would recommend avoiding it if you can. Now, a lot of times the celebrities there's some celebrities that'll be there Saturday only. So you gotta go Saturday.
Well, that brings us to the second kind of question, or I don't know, like the reason you might be going. Like, okay, you're going to shop for comics, right? Have a budget, know what you're looking for, look for the deals, that stuff. What if you're going? Well, what other reasons are there to go? There's the celebrity pictures and autographs and stuff. Yeah. What if there's the panels? Like, you know what I mean? Do you do the panels thing when you go to any of these conventions?
I've been to a couple of the panels, and usually there's no issues getting a seat. I mean, you might be in the way back. That's fine.
Now, some people might not even know, like, what is a panel? Why would, like, when I went to MegaCon the first time, my buddy Jason was with us, and he's like, oh, I want to go to this panel and that panel. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, there's like a whole area away from the convention floor.
Yeah, it'll be like on a different floor in these rooms that they have, that are set up.
And like a small meeting room kind of.
Yeah, a small reading room. There'll be like a table in the front, and there'll be rows of chairs. And generally, it'll be somebody going there talking about, whatever. Of course, the big celebrities, they'll have like a whole stage and everything, and it'll be a huge room.
Yeah, I saw some video from, I don't remember which convention it was, but it was the Back to the Future reunion group. And, everyone was there.
If they have the times posted for those things, for the panels and stuff, they're always posted on where it's going to be and what times they are. And if you want to get, up near the front, you're going to have to get there early, for sure.
Now, does a person have to generally pay extra to get into these, or is that included in your ticket price?
No. Most of the time, those are included in your ticket price. There are some times where there will be like a special kind of panel. Like I remember Linda Carter had a whole like concert thing that she put on.
Wonder Woman Linda Carter?
Wonder Woman Linda Carter. She had this like whole concert thing that she put on that you had to buy a completely separate ticket for just to get in to this little special concert thing performance that she put on.
Was she like singing, or what was she doing?
Yeah. I had no idea. I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't actually see it?
No, I didn't go to that. I've been to a couple of panels, and it's been a long time. The last one I went to was with Stan Lee when he was at MegaCon.
Yeah.
Just because, it's Stan Lee. I'm going to go to a Stan Lee panel. And that year I had a VIP pass, so I was front row. That was pretty cool.
Now, okay, so the panels, if you want to take advantage of the panels at the convention, you're subject to the schedule of the panels. If the panel's at 9 a.m. and the doors open at 9 a.m., well, you're going to be there at 9 a.m. You have no choice if you want to see that one. But it's nice to know that, generally speaking, they're not costing you any extra, and
No.
they can be good. Like a Stan Lee panel, I'd go to that if I was there for sure. But yeah, keep that in mind when you go to these conventions, especially some of the bigger ones, that there's other things to do besides just walk around the convention floor shopping.
Yes.
So if you didn't know that those things existed, keep an eye out. They probably have boards, or maybe do they have like some sort of pamphlet that lists everything, or is it all
yeah, they
online
have like
now?
there's like a guide, a book that lists everything in it, and also they have an app you can download on your phone. It has the whole schedule of everything going on in the convention and everything. But generally, they have like a booklet they have out at their merch table and stuff that you can just snag when it's free.
Now, if you're going, because, well, there's kind of two celebrities. There's like the creator celebrities. So we're talking about the artists and the writers
Yes.
of comic books. And then there's like the movie and entertainment celebrities.
Yes.
Like you might find, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future,
Sure.
or whoever, right? If you're going to see the entertainment celebrities, is it a different strategy than if you're going to see the comic book creator celebrities?
Yes, very different.
Because I know you do a lot of the picture things, you and your
Yes,
wife.
me and my wife, when we go to MegaCon, we do not go on the cheap, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we do is, I start saving right after MegaCon ends. I start saving for next year's MegaCon.
So like March 15th when it's over.
Because we always stay at the hotel that's connected to the convention center. That's right there. So it's easy walking distance. I always get the VIP pass. And for MegaCon, it's difficult because what they do is last year's VIPs get first shot of renewing their VIP pass for the following year.
Oh, you kind of get grandfathered in.
So you're grandfathered in. You get first crack at buying another VIP pass. So like this past year, everybody that got a VIP, and they're limited, everybody that got a VIP pass renewed it again.
Sure.
So there were no new VIP passes for the 2026 convention. So you're not getting one if you didn't have one the year before. And people complain about that and then every time I'm at the VIP lounge area, yes, they have a lounge. I see the same faces every year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, the VIP pass, I'm assuming you get some extra perks above and beyond entry.
Yes.
Early entry,
Yes.
probably. What's
if
that?
you can swing it, yeah, and you can get one, I would do it for sure. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
There is a little lounge where you could actually, one of the best things that gets you is a bag check.
What is a bag check?
Oh, so all that crap you buy walking around the convention, you see something, you gotta have it. You can put it in one of your bags. You can go to the VIP lounge and you can check your bag.
Oh.
They hold it in a little area and they give you a little ticket. So at the end of the day, you can go and get your bag and take it. You can leave with it.
Okay, so
rather than lugging it around all day.
Like a jacket check at a fancy restaurant or
Yes.
whatever. Okay.
Oh, thank God they started doing that.
That's cool. So like
What a relief.
if you went and you were like, well, I need 50 issues to fill this run of my comic book series that I'm collecting. You got these 50 books. You just go drop them
The guy
off.
gave you a great deal on them, and you got your bag and you're lugging these 50 comics, or you buy a statue from somebody that gave you a great deal.
Yeah.
You're not lugging this statue around the entire time. Or any like big, awkward pieces of artwork, that you got the protective sleeve for, and you're, having to carry this thing around. Nope. You can take it right to your bag check and they'll watch it for you. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And plus, they got a little lounge with some tables. If you get some food, you can just sit in there away from the crowds. Or they have couches in there. You can recharge your phone. It's very nice having that little lounge there. And plus, you get in, you're the first ones in the door every day, as far as the general public goes.
Right.
You're the first one that goes in the door every day.
Not that you take advantage of that because.
Yes, I do.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
When you're VIP, you do. But if you're just on a regular ticket, you would wait.
Because generally when I'm going to convention, I am there for, I try to get some artwork. And the celebrity stuff is usually, it's all scheduled.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to worry about being there first. But I want to get in that door. I want to hit up the artists that I want to get stuff from right away. I want to make sure that I get on their list as soon as I can. So that's usually what I do. Day one, Thursday, they drop the rope. I'm heading right to Artist Alley, and I'm hitting those people up immediately.
Okay. Let's backtrack though. So for the celebrities, you're just either getting a signature or a picture with them, right?
Yeah. You can you go to the MegaCon website, and it's the same for other conventions. If they have celebrity photos and stuff like that, you go to their website first, and you look at all the photos that you want to get, and you pay for it in advance.
Oh, you don't even you have to pay before you even show. Wow. Okay,
I
thought it was like pay.
And there's been some issues where people have canceled. Every convention someone cancels.
Yeah, sure.
And they so far I've never had an issue about getting my money back. They usually refund it automatically without even me having to even ask for it. I've only had to ask for it like one time.
What is the I don't know, protocol? Is that the right word? When you're waiting to meet this artist, you get, I guess, a schedule come at this time or whatever. Like it's like a pass kind of. Or
you'll buy your photo op, and then usually like a week or so before the convention actually starts, they will tell you, okay, this is your time.
So you get a time slot to show up.
You get a time slot to show up.
So you're not standing there with 500 people.
Yeah, and you are.
Is it that deep? Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. If it's like Ewan McGregor at MegaCon, when he was at MegaCon, wow, yeah, that was a lot of people.
With a show up at this time slot.
Well, see, I had the VIP pass.
Okay.
The VIP pass gets me in a separate VIP line.
Okay.
So we go in before the general audience. So our line goes first, and there's only like 100 of us. So with my VIP pass, there has never been a time I haven't gotten my photo op.
Okay.
It's never happened. I've always been able to do it.
And do they just like zip shuffle you through?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you
are going through there.
You don't get 5 words with Ewan McGregor. It's like, hey, bye.
No. If you think you're going to have some kind of meaningful conversation with a celebrity during the photo op, it's not going to happen.
Okay. So
absolutely not.
Don't have high expectations of making a new best friend when you're going through these photo op lines.
No. They are just shuttling people through so quickly.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple times where I blinked, and they're usually really cool about it. You'll get up there, you get your photo. Man, I got my eyes closed. And sometimes the photographer will even catch it before you even leave.
Oh, okay.
So they're usually pretty good about that.
Do they print the picture out for you there?
Yes. You walk out the line. It's a pretty long walk to get near where the printers are. By the time you get there, your photo's coming out right there.
And do you get them to sign it too, or no?
You can later if you want to go around to their autograph table.
The photo time and the autograph time are two separate things?
Two completely separate things.
Oh, man. So you're going to be like kind of time committed if you want to, like, if there's like a certain celebrity and you're like, I love, I don't know. Well, I can't think of one now. We'll just say Ewan McGregor again. I mean, how long if you're not a VIP especially, how long might you be dedicated to getting a picture and an autograph?
It depends. The photo op, you could be waiting there for hours.
Eesh.
But they have time slots. And theoretically, they're only supposed to sell X amount of photos for the photo op at given times.
Yeah, but it's hard to say no to money, right?
But they obviously oversold the photo ops. And there were so many people there. He ended up leaving because he had to go do other stuff.
Sure.
And they had to reschedule like a lot of the photo ops. And you'll see when you go online to buy them, they'll have it broken down by days. And like they were only there Saturday. So that's it. That's your only option. And they give you a time of where you need to be there. But yeah, be wary of that. They do oversell the photo ops. And also Ewan McGregor, he also had a prepaid autograph tickets that you had to buy. And you can prepay for the autographs online as well. And that's the thing with the autographs. Using my VIP pass, I get to skip the autograph lines too.
No, that's the VIP pass is huge. If you're doing,
it is an enormous advantage for celebrity photos and autographs. Like I said, using my VIP pass, I've always been able to get all the autographs and photos that I've wanted. No problem.
Okay. And then there's, like we said, a separate kind of, celebrity, and it's the comic book creators, the artist alley, and not necessarily just artists, but, I guess a writer is an artist too.
Yes.
But if you want to get one of those signatures, that's a totally different experience,
a whole
right?
different animal. Yeah.
How does that work?
Basically, like if you want to get artwork from somebody, you got to be in that door and you got to make a beeline for their table. So you got to prioritize who is the big name you want to get to first. And you got to make it a beeline right to that person. And hopefully you can get on their list. And and then you go to your number 2, your number 3, your number 4 on your list.
Take a number.
And yes, to get to them. So you definitely prioritize. And if you can, like I discussed in the artwork video, reach out to them beforehand.
Yeah.
Like if you
find out what they're doing, they might not be there.
They might not even be doing sketches.
Yeah.
They
might be just signing their comics.
If you can get a hold of them through, Facebook, Instagram, sometimes it's an email to their agent,
their website,
from their website.
Yeah.
Do that. If you can get a hold of them in any way, ask and you want to get some artwork. Say, hey, will you be doing sketches?
Will you be there? Because maybe they've already realized they're gonna have to cancel.
Which does happen. Things come up.
Sure.
Of course, people have to cancel. But what I always do is I try to see if they will do pre-orders. Like, hey, will you do a pre-order that I can just show up at your table and pick it up whenever I can get to you?
Oh, you tell them like, this is what I want.
Yeah, this is what I want. There's some back and forth, sometimes you get lucky and they're like, yeah, absolutely, I can do that. And so I've only had it a couple times where they want like you to pay half up front. I've only had that happen a couple times. Most of the time, they're just fine with you just showing up and you giving them the money then. That's the majority of the time.
Here's an off-topic question. Have you ever paid someone for something that they were going to give to you later and then got ripped off?
No.
Never gotten ripped off from this type of artist thing. Okay, that's good.
Because most of the people I'm doing, hitting them up in advance, are established artists that have been around a long time.
Yeah, they have reputations.
Yeah.
Sure.
And most of the artists that you're going to meet are really, good people, and they're honest with you and they're fair,
So I guess the first thing you got to figure out is do I just want this artist to sign my comic book, or do I want to get some art from this artist? You got to know what you're looking for.
You got to have a
obviously.
game plan for sure. Definitely. And a budget of what you're willing to spend on what.
So let's say, I don't know, Bob Layton, just because you mentioned his name earlier. Let's say, he's going to be there. Mm-hmm. And let's say you just want his autograph. Is he sitting at his table drawing and then he'll pause and sign something and then go back to drawing? Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's not I gotta show up at a specific time for his autograph session necessarily.
Some do.
Some have a window.
Some are like that. Some will have a window where they will be there for autographs because they have panels too that they're going to be at talking about artwork and drawing and whatever artists talk about.
Yeah.
So they have a schedule too. A lot of times, especially your bigger name artists and stuff. Like Mark Silvestri. Last time I saw him, yeah, he had a really tight schedule. That guy was all over the place, and rightfully so. He's an incredible talent. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't doing sketches, which I mean, sometimes you can't blame them. They're bigger name people because they would just get mobbed by people wanting stuff from them. Yeah, which happens quite a bit. Like John Romita Jr. He doesn't do con sketches. I mean, maybe rarely, because again, he would be mobbed. It'd be never ending. Mm-hmm. But then someone like Art Adams, absolutely. He was taking requests to his table for head sketches, which was awesome. And then, like I talked about in the artwork video, I was able to get a full figure from him, which was so awesome. I mean, I love Art Adams. He's one of my favorite artists. But yeah, definitely, if you just want to get a signature, and it depends on what you want. If I just want him to sign something and then walk away, that's usually not a problem.
Yeah. Even if he's in the middle of drawing something for somebody.
Yeah, he'll just sign something real quick for you.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. That's the majority of the time what you'll run into.
Now, what if what you want is a signature, but you want it to be CGC authenticated?
CGC authenticated.
That's a whole nother process.
Yes.
Isn't it?
That is such a pain.
Yeah. I heard a story once, before you tell your experience or suggestions. I heard a story once on YouTube. I don't remember whose channel it was. It doesn't really matter. The guy claims, whether or not it's true, I'll take his word for it. Why would someone get on YouTube and lie, right? He got, I don't know, Neil Adams. Let's just say it was Neil Adams, but I don't remember. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was Stan Lee, before Stan Lee passed away. Doesn't really matter. He got him to sign something for him at the convention, and then he went... They didn't witness it, and then he went over to the CGC table later that day and said, "Oh, Stanley signed this for me earlier. Can you authenticate it and slab it and everything?" He claims they said yes without physically witnessing the signature. I mean, again, why would he lie? But like, that's crazy if that's true.
That is crazy, and I have a real hard time believing that.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
but anyway, in your experience, or based on your experience, what is your advice for, hey, guy, you want to go get, so and so to sign your book and get it slabbed?
Now that I think about it, there might be some truth to that, because I do remember one year. This was years ago, at a convention, and this was. God, I want to say like 2012, 2013. So it was a while ago. It was at least 10 years ago.
That's the dark ages.
What they did is I've never seen it before or since. Stan Lee was there. They had a whole section that was just Stan Lee. And before you even get in there, you had to prepay there was like a little table, and you prepaid for your autograph ticket from Stan Lee.
Okay.
At a little table before you go into this roped off area. And the CGC table was inside this area. So what you did is you went in, you bought your ticket, your autograph ticket, and then you go up to the table, and it's like they had a big long table, and you set your stuff down, and you give them your ticket. These are the items I want Stan to sign. And then they take it over, and they move it in front of him, and he signs it. And then you take it, and you walk away from the autograph table right to the CGC table, and that was in this roped off area.
Okay, so they had like a containment zone.
Yeah,
theoretically.
Basically.
I mean, theoretically, you could pull something out of your bag.
Absolutely, you could. And I thought that's a huge flaw in this little security that they have here, is that someone could all of a sudden whip out a bunch of stuff
that they didn't pay for,
that they didn't pay for, that Stan didn't sign, none of that stuff, and they could have easily claimed that this was signed by Stan Lee. So that's the one time that I remember something like that happening, and it was very bizarre. And I've never seen it since. This
story sounded much more egregious, in so much as that like hours had passed and like he went.
Not a chance.
Yeah, it seemed unlikely, but nevertheless. So let's say you're like, okay, I got my comic. Maybe it's already slabbed. You're gonna have to crack it out. That's do they do that for you? Or you
they will do that. They will do that for you. If you want to get a book signed and authenticated by CGC, it's a whole process.
And it's not cheap.
It is. No, it's not. I would highly suggest you setting up a CGC account before you even go there. And you can set up a free account. It
on the website
cost you anything, on their CGC website. So when you get there, you already have an account, because when you go there, you don't want to have to go using their little tablets that they have and set up this whole account. It's a pain.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, any kind of like autographs you want to get from comic talent is one thing. Because they're usually there all 4 days. They're usually there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday for comic stuff is the best day to go, because not a lot of the celebrities are there. So a lot of the normies that are just there for celebrity stuff are not going to be there. It's super easy to get around the convention. It's not crowded at all.
Less foot traffic.
And you can go to the CGC table, and there's hardly anyone there.
Okay.
So that's the day to get your stuff signed, for sure. And that's what I do. That's the first day after I hit up my artist. Boom! Now I'm going to the CGC table, and I'm going to get my books that I want signed by comic writers and artists.
So you go visit CGC's table first. That's step one after you've created an account online or whatever.
You go to their table first.
Do they escort you back to the artist or something?
Yes. You tell them, hey, this is what I'm here for. I want to get this, and this signed.
Okay.
These are the books. And if you have them, if they're already encased, they'll crack them out for you. They put it like in what they call a signature bag. If you want to make your own, I would suggest that.
Well, that was something I was going to ask. Is let's say you've got, Spider-Man #1, Todd McFarlane is there, and like you want it signed in a specific spot. Do you just ask him, hey, would you do it here? Would you do it with this color? Or do you like?
Yeah, you can do that.
Do you do something special with a bag?
I will make a window bag.
A window bag. That's right.
And see what I do, because I'm getting it authenticated by CGC. On the back of the board, the backer board, I will have like my name, address, phone number, my CGC account number, and what this book is, and who's signing it, and what other kind of services that I want.
The date, probably.
Like pressing and, or whatever. And then what you do is you take the comic bag and you take like an X-Acto knife or whatever, and you will cut a little window. Well, what you should do first is take masking tape and put that over the section that you want them to sign on. And then you take your knife, because just to do it on the bag, you have to have the masking tape on there. Otherwise, it'll
slip
it's a
and
mess.
slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then take your knife and cut out, okay, this is where I want them to sign. And now that you have the masking tape on there, now you have this nice little clearly visible window
They can't miss
that
it.
show they can't miss it where you want them to sign. And make sure you give them enough room to sign too. And sometimes if I want them to sign it in a specific color, like, oh, man, I think this would look really cool if it was like gold. It would look really good in gold on here. Bring your own marker.
Yeah.
I always have a bunch of, I have a whole set of different colored markers and stuff, just Sharpies that I have just in case they don't have the right color or whatever, or I think it would really pop if he was signed it with silver on this one, that would look really cool.
Sure.
So yeah, bring your own markers if you want them to sign it. But then, okay, so you got your books, you're at CGC, you've told them, hey, this is what I want. And a lot of times, especially like on a Thursday, they're going to have that witness that's going to go over with you to the table over there and get them to sign your book while they witness it. And then you hit up whoever else you're going to want. And then you head back to CGC's table, turn in all your books, fill out all the paperwork, because you have to fill out the paperwork, of course, and they help you out. They're super helpful.
Yeah, they've done this a time or two.
Yeah, they're super used to this and they know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
And then that's it, you're done.
Now, in this scenario, you got a witness with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to a specific artist's table and he's got a line, does the witness just stand there with you? Or you guys just like twiddling your thumbs?
It depends. If there's only like 2 or 3 people ahead of you, yeah, they'll hang out with you. Or like I said, it's on a Thursday and there's really not a lot going on.
Yeah.
They'll hang out. They'll hang out with you. But sometimes on the busier days, CGC's got their act together. So at the bigger names, they'll have a witness standing by at the table.
On site waiting for everybody.
On site waiting.
Yeah.
And sometimes the witnesses, they'll wait till they'll get like a group that's like, hey, we're hitting up Roy Thomas. And they'll wait till they get like 5, 6, 7, 8 people. And they'll take you all over there.
Just straight to the front of the line?
No, not to the front of the line.
Oh, that would be cool.
But,
if they could like skip the line of normies.
Oh, that would be real nice. Because that's one thing the VIP pass doesn't get you, is it doesn't cut the lines in front of writers and artists.
Oh, really? You don't get a fast pass for them?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's only for celebrities, which is really cool if you want to get like celebrity autographs and stuff. That's awesome.
No, that's huge.
Get you right up there. You're in and out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes it really easy. But yeah, for comic talent, no, it gives you no advantage other than being able to get to them first, early in the day. But honestly, even without the VIP pass advantage for writers and artists, I've never had an issue getting everything that I wanted signed just by simply hitting them up on a Thursday.
Yeah.
I've always gotten everything. So yeah, make sure that's on the top of your list from one of the very first things you do when you get there.
Okay. So like, I guess, what I wanted to talk about or cover is like all the different things you might do when you go to a convention. There's the shopping, there's the panels, there's the artists and the writers, there's the celebrities. Is there anything else that maybe I or the people watching wouldn't be aware of that it's like, hey, don't forget about this thing. That's a cool thing you can do while you're there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool things. There's walking around in what I like and really enjoy doing is walk around an artist alley. And just these no-name artists, you've never heard of this guy before, go by, check out his artwork. Some of them are really talented. They have some real good stuff. And some of them, they're not so much, but they're trying. But yeah, you can find some really hidden gems in Artist Alley and stuff. And plus also some really cool, unique ideas on things. Like I found a guy that makes, the caricature artists you run to like at county fairs,
yeah, sure,
theme parks, things like that. This guy, he doesn't draw caricature. He makes a 3-dimensional bust of a caricature, caricatures of characters from movies and TV shows.
Is it like 3D printed or sculpted?
No, he sculpts these things.
Like out of clay or Sculpey or something?
Yeah, like out of Sculpey. They look amazing.
That's cool.
Really cool, unique stuff like that is always a thrill to find. And this lady, she would give different paint jobs to those little R2-D2 robots you find at Disney.
Sure.
And that's all she was doing. She was buying these robots from Disney and giving them different paint jobs. And people, they were flying off. I mean, I think she sold out.
Huh, that's cool.
There's always these really cool, interesting things to find. And plus, they have things like replicas of famous cars and vehicles. Like one year they had a full-size replica of the Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Oh, wow. They let you get up in it?
Yes.
Nice.
You pay them. It wasn't much, too. I think it was like $20.
Okay.
And I got a photo of me and my wife sitting in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
I've seen on some other videos.
It's hanging on the wall of our house. It looks amazing.
That's cool. I've seen on some other videos to that point. Like sometimes they'll have like a little haunted house area. Like some conventions have like.
Oh yeah, they do
things like that. I mean,
they have things like that. They'll have like a big replica of Appa from Avatar. And my wife was a huge fan of Avatar. The Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
And she got to sit on this.
Not the giant blue monkey people.
No, not those. She got to sit on Appa's saddle.
That's cool.
That was really cool. Things like that. I mean, there are just all these little hidden gems in there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that you can like keep an eye out that are it might be just a few minutes of entertainment or whatever, but like. Yeah. Collectively, it's like, a lot of stuff you can do there aside from just shopping and meeting artists and cosplay, of course. And again, like I hate cosplay. I just hate the extra crowds that it does. But there's a lot of cosplay stuff there too if you're into that. And, if you are, far be it for me to tell you not to go do that.
And they do have like costume contests and stuff too.
Contests, both to participate in and just to watch if you want to.
Well, what I find annoying about the cosplay people, it's cosplay that I don't know who you are.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of anime stuff that I'm not. I mean, there's a few anime shows I've watched and stuff like that. But
now the upside, I think you told me, maybe I saw it online. Last MegaCon, they finally like separated the vendors from the other stuff, so it wasn't so congested, right?
Finally, they listened. What they did is they split up. The vendor area into different categories. So you had because there's always the section of all the writers and artists and stuff. Yeah. There's always the artist alley where all people are selling artwork and things they make and stuff. But the vendors, it was just like a free for all. It was like Mad Max out there. You never know what you're going to find. It was around every corner.
It was like someone selling comic books next to someone selling what are those stupid little Labubu toys or whatever?
Yeah, Labubus and pop toys, and then this guy's next has got fudge, and then the next guy's he's selling leather.
Right.
So they split it all up, which was so nice. They had all the comic vendors were all in the same area.
That's cool.
All the people with like arts and crafts type stuff like wood sculpting and leather works was all in the same area. All the people selling toys and, retro toys and newer toys were all in the same area. It was so cool. Broken, how they had it split up like that. So I'm heading into this section. This is all clothing. This is all T-shirts and hoodies and backpack purses and, whatever you're there to look for.
Right. Well, now, how does, we talked a lot about MegaCon just because that's our like big local one. You also go to... multiple times or just once? Heroes Con you told me about.
Yeah.
How does that compare?
Well, it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, and we drove. So it was a haul.
Just the one time or had you
just
go
the
regular?
One time. I've been just the one time. And that was probably, for me, the most fun I've ever had at a comic convention. Because...
Bigger than MegaCon? Smaller?
No, it was smaller than MegaCon.
Okay.
But... Well, it depends on your definition of celebrity. There were no TV and movie celebrities there. There was all comic writers and artists, but to me, those are celebrities.
Those are the better. Yeah, those are the best ones if that's what you're there for. Sure.
It was all pure comic people, and oh man, did I have a good time! I was like giggling like an idiot. I was, like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't get around to people fast enough. And it was super chill. There was a lot of people there for sure.
Yeah.
But again, you're talking comic fans. So everybody there was super polite, super nice, incredibly respectful of everyone else. Because, that's really what the comic community is. Mm-hmm. You get comic fans and you're standing in line, you instantly have something in common with the person in front of you and behind you.
Oh, here's something, though. I just thought of this and I probably haven't thought about it since the last time I went to a convention in like 2005. If you've never been, There's a phenomenon at comic conventions. I forget like what the phrase is, but it's basically lots of people stink and it's really crowded. Any tips on that one?
No, unfortunately.
Put a little bit of what do you call it, Vicks Vapo Rub under your.
I hate to stereotype people, but I'm not gonna lie. It seems to be a lot of anime people.
Oh, you anime guys, what's going on?
Man, and you can usually without fail, tell who owns a cat.
Oh, good Lord. That's not good.
No, that smell, and I know that foul cat urine smell and the cat hair all over someone.
Okay, just stop. You're going to make me gag. But yeah, are there any other pitfalls or things that like maybe you should prepare yourself for this before you go? One of those things is like very crowded. Not everybody has the best hygiene. Anything else like that? What about food? Like, I mean, you know, you got to plan to leave? Do you eat there? When I went to MegaCon, I ate one of we called them scum dogs. There was a little hot dog vendor. Yeah. Never again. I got so ill. I spent the rest of that afternoon like looking for Tums.
Bring a snack. Bring a snack. Or lunch for sure.
Eat a big breakfast and bring some snacks.
Yeah, I would not eat the food you get at a convention. No.
It's worse than like, I don't know if you guys have like a Sam's Club or a Costco, but there's usually like you can go get a slice of pizza or you can go get a hot dog.
No, this is pre-made stuff that they have sitting under heat labs that they bring in from some other location, and it's always like hot dogs, pizza. You know, they'll have like Chinese food. Yeah, it's usually the same stuff. Like if it's barbecue, if
it's not packaged, probably pass, right?
Yeah,
like no, little bag of chips or a candy bar.
Yeah, if you want to bag a bag of chips or a soda, that's fine.
Right.
But the food that they serve there, I wouldn't touch it. And believe me, that is a lesson you only need to learn once.
Yeah, I learned it. Me and my wife and my wife's sister and her boyfriend went the one time years and years ago, and me and Matthew was his name. That's funny, Matthew, not related, but we're like, oh, let's go get a hot dog, and no, that was a bad idea. Luckily, I didn't projectile or anything, but I was queasy all day long. It really affected my ability to enjoy the rest of the convention.
Yes, and usually the lines at the bathroom can be long.
Oh yeah, bathroom. That's another one.
So if you got to get there quick, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't like using public bathrooms. That's another one. Maybe
Who does?
Maybe think about your normal processes and try to adapt before you leave or something.
Yes.
I mean, for guys, it's not bad if you just gotta take a whiz, but
yeah,
the other stuff you'd probably want to avoid.
Yeah, for sure.
Other gotchas we mentioned, like parking. If you can avoid driving into the convention the day you want to go.
Yeah, usually, smaller conventions, it's usually not an issue at all.
Sure, yeah.
No problem at all.
Little local ones, like we have one coming up here next weekend. Actually, it's called Horror Fest or something.
Yeah,
it's at a hotel, like little ballroom or convention.
Yeah, that's no problem. Parking there is a piece of cake. Your larger conventions, though, they usually charge you for parking.
Right.
Unless, like I do, I stay at a hotel connected to the convention. So I just park at the hotel and the car never leaves the entire time we're there. Because, there's tons of restaurants right walking distance in the area. That's not an issue at all. But again, if you want to go on the cheap, absolutely. Bring your own food with you. Because you're going to be paying top dollar for stuff that's going to make you violently ill later.
Do you get searched when you go through the door?
Yes.
Will they care if you have a bag full of munchies?
No. They don't care about stuff like that at all.
No.
They're looking for weapons, things like that, things that are going to hurt people.
Right.
And things like alcohol that you have no business bringing in there.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. If you bring in a bag of snacks, they don't care.
It's not like a football game where they want you to buy their $33 bratwurst.
You're trying to bring in a case of beer. Yeah, they're not going to let you bring that in, obviously. So yeah, just have common sense. And most of it's they're checking props because the cosplayers will bring in these all kinds of different props and stuff.
Swords and guns and all
kinds of guns and things like that. And you can bring in a toy gun, but you got to have the orange tip on the end and stuff like that.
Well, the real issue is can you tell it's a toy? I don't know if you went dressed up as Space Marines from Aliens and you got the pulse rifle. Maybe that might look real to some people if it's not flagged in some sort of way.
Yeah, and they will not let you in if you have some questionable stuff. I've seen that happen.
So don't bring in pocket knives. I imagine pocket knives are a
nothing like
no-no. Multi-tool. I carry around a Leatherman multi-tool all the time. That's probably a no-no because it has a blade on it.
No, I mean, well, see, that's the thing. If you're a vendor, you can get a lot more stuff in, like tools and things like that. That's not an issue. But as someone going there, honestly, I don't know. I've never tried.
I mean, what happens if...
Oh, you know what? I brought a Swiss Army knife in one time.
They didn't say nothing about that?
I don't even think they even saw it. Because, again, they're not doing like an in-depth check in your bag. They're not opening every pocket. They're just doing like a quick scan.
Do they wand you? Like,
they have metal detectors.
Do they have a metal detector?
Again, that's the larger conventions. The smaller ones, generally, no.
Yeah.
Smaller ones, they're not even checking anything. You're just walking in.
Nah, I mean, those are usually at community centers and VFWs and hotels. And
usually, if there's like celebrities and stuff there, you're going to get checked.
They don't want you to be armed in there.
Yeah.
Sure,
and there's
sense.
different types of conventions to go to. Like I've been to a horror convention.
Spookala?
Spookala. They had to change the name. I think it's Scaradice now.
Yeah, it used to be in Ocala.
They have a couple of them.
Or something?
I think there's one up in North Florida, but then the one I went to is in Tampa.
Uh-huh.
And man, I was really surprised. There was a lot of cool stuff there to see. I was mostly there for the celebrity photo ops at that time. Because I did, of course, me being me, I found the comics that were there. I ended up buying a few.
That's actually a good tip, though, is like, so there's conventions like horror conventions and pop culture conventions that don't necessarily say comic book in the title, but there's probably always a few comic vendors.
Probably going to be a comic guy there.
Yeah. So if you got a little show in your neighborhood, just take a ride over there and see. You might be surprised what you find.
Yeah, but your smaller conventions like that, like Spookala, I had a fantastic time there. The photo ops were super easy. They not a lot of long lines and stuff, but there's a lot of people there. Just everyone was really chill. I mean, it's a lot of horror fans and stuff. Like I got a photo with Walton Goggins. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's he's in the Fallout show. He was in Justified. He's been in a lot of movies. Was he
the ghoul in Fallout?
Yes.
That's his name?
Yeah, Walton Goggins.
I mean, I've seen him in
he's been in a couple of Quentin Tarantino movies, you know. I mean, he's a hell of an actor. Really
no, he's great. I didn't even know his name.
Yeah, he was in The Righteous Gemstones and Vice Principals, which you haven't seen. You should see. It's hilarious.
I haven't seen that one.
Vice Principals is so funny. But yeah, he plays Baby Billy in The Righteous Gemstones.
That's right. Yeah, I watched the first season of that.
Oh my God. Best character on the show. I waited like 10 minutes in line to get his photo. I didn't have a VIP pass, nothing.
No.
Yeah, just 10 minutes, and I was shaking hands with Walton Goggins, getting a photo with him.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was really cool.
And that was not officially a comic book convention. It was just a horror fest kind of convention.
Yeah, if you see like conventions going on, go to different types. Go to, even if it's not your thing, you're going to find something that's going to be cool and meet some cool people. Yeah, there's even like these, what was one? I went to Fanboy Expo.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, right. It's a very small convention. I was there in Orlando for something entirely different. My wife found it and said, hey, there's going to be like a few people. Like Rebecca Romaine was there.
The actress? From X-Men?
Mystique from X-Men, right? Wow. Okay. She was there. And she's like, yeah, the tickets are like $20. I'm like, well, okay, let's go. We bought the tickets online. We went there the next day. And, after 15 minutes in line, we're getting a photo with Rebecca Romaine and her husband.
Was she painted up blue?
No.
I didn't think so.
Her husband, Jerry O'Connell, was there.
She's married to Jerry O'Connell?
Yeah. He was just there. He wasn't even on like a build celebrity that was there. He was just there because that's his wife. He was just hanging out with his wife. Which
did you get him to jump in the picture?
Yes, we did. Nice. We're like, hey, what are you doing? Come on over. And he jumped right in. Very awesome. Cool. Very cool guy. Yeah, he was just there to support his wife. I'm like,
Famously from Stand By Me.
Yes. But in Sliders.
Tons of good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Go to these little tiny shows. There's no telling what you're going to find. Like we got a cool photo with Jerry O'Connell and his wife. Yeah, they're generally like.
See, I would have thought I got a cool photo with Rebecca Romaine and her husband, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I guess.
Well, we weren't even expecting it. That's what was so fun about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to conventions is a lot of fun. But yeah, definitely go to some smaller ones first if you've never been to a big one. But yeah, if you you want to know anything else about conventions, yeah, by all means, drop a comment, ask a question, and we'll answer what we can, and maybe make a whole other video about it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Before we were making this, we're like, oh, we could go on for hours, and I mean, we're at like 56 minutes almost now.
Wow.
So, and I feel like we just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Like we didn't answer every possible.
There's a lot more nuance to getting what you want at conventions and stuff.
So yeah, this probably could be a part 2 video in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like maybe thinking about going to. You'd offered your Thursday tickets to go to MegaCon this next spring. I guess it's in March, right? So.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll go to that. We'll film a bunch of stuff while we're there or something. We'll see. Time will tell. But I mean, yeah, there's so much more we could probably cover that it could be 2 or 3 parts long. Nevertheless, yeah, let's say until the next time, we'll wrap this nearly hour-long
any
video.
Questions? Yeah, drop a comment, and we'll answer as best you can.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in and watching this now almost hour-long video. That's probably going to be a new record for the channel, but there's just so much stuff to cover in this topic.
Yeah.
So let's say thanks again, and yeah, keep collecting comics, keep watching the channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, until the next one, bye now.